Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday and continental life of an Aspie. As you're aware that I'm doing the addiction series, and right now basically this should be hopefully maybe part 3 of my series of the part 4s, that I'm hoping to come about with you all. As you're aware that I've done pretty much the first 2 or 3, if you're following me right now, and hopefully I might have to re-edit a couple just to hopefully share and show you all the illustrations that I was talking about in a clear understanding perspective. As I'm saying to you all in a reminder that I'm here to encourage and support you all through the good and the bad times regardless, even though we need to outweigh the good and the bad together to actually make things better, sort of thing, for all of us, no matter what. I believe that we can make a change and difference. As you're fully aware, however, this one is probably going to be the part 3, which is going to be titled Relapse, and I am also going to basically, in this part, hopefully have an illustration about this, of the stage, or shall we say the phase of the relapse, of how it happens and whatnot, and hopefully we'll have the illustration with some bits and pieces of the blurb of the information, because as you're aware that in my being right now, I want to share some of those topics that I feel is important right now to address and actually create an awareness and understand, because as I said, that many people, young and old, suffers from these kind of conditions versus all these disorders versus, all these other situations that arises in our lives, and sometimes it's up to us how we want to go about it. And once we break free from the cycle, as I said, of this addiction, however, as this important one that I'm sharing with you all at the moment, then we will be able to hopefully, when we encounter someone else on the street, we can actually know the signs and symptoms and hopefully help them out in a way that we hopefully can, that won't actually scare them off or really make them worse than they already are. So, in all further ado, this is Relapse Part 3. Most individuals don't successfully quit for the first time in their addiction, however, of whatever kind, be it drugs, be it alcohol, smoking, or some form of activity that it can be leading to that addiction, be it gaming, be it, what's another one I said about porn, even though we need to realise that, they will try, however, to break free, but it's never easy. Nothing's always comes easy in our lives. Things don't come for free, obviously, either, and like I said, choices in our lives will determine the outcome for the good and the bad, as well as having the right attitude towards those areas that we need to break free from, and also just be able to go with our daily lives. Due to the complexity of the addictions, however, we know that sometimes they will try, and like I said in one of my last videos, that they sometimes come up with excuses that they will do it, and then, as you know, they won't, based on that choice that they didn't do it. Got to remember though, this stage, however, is called a relapse stage. We got to realise though, with these relapses, they are caused by 3 factors. 1 is the negative emotions, 2 is peer pressure, 3 related places and interpersonal conflicts, such as maybe, as I said before so many times before, relationship issues, be it like they come from a real domestic violent relationship, or another one is in this part that I'm saying about this interpersonal conflict. It could be that they're not agreeing with something that's going on, and then it leads to them to either break off that partner due to the addiction, and they feed that addiction time and time again. I've learned in my day and age that from what I've been through, basically with one of my relationships, it's like he's like a pill and I'm feeding that habit of his to keep abusing me in that cycle. But like I said, hopefully maybe I can give you advice about, if you are in an abused relationship, how to get help or how to get out of it and stuff, or how I got out, sort of thing. Anyway, as I said before, many times before, it is important to support the individual no matter what stage they're in or phase in their addiction. Pretty much, it's also important throughout this time, however, to support and encourage them to keep trying again to break free from this addiction. It also is important for me, in my case, or it may help to remind that individual that relapse is common, and it doesn't mean that they can't do it. As I said so many times before, positivity is the key for the motivation and the choice factor for them to take that leap of faith, step forward to change. If we can, support them through this change, then you know, they should be hopefully happy with the result of their decision of that change factor. Each time the individual relapses though, however, they'll learn more about their behaviours, hopefully, and within their behaviours and attitude towards us, they will hopefully then know how to change it, you know. That's the key factor here. You know, path to this relapse obviously is like, you've got the stressor, like something that's stressing them out, basically, be it, like I said, if they're in a relationship sort of thing, and there's been conflicts and domestic abuse and what have you going on. And then sometimes it will be some irrelevant choices that they make throughout their addiction stage of this relapsing, and then can lead to a high risk situation that will lead to problem immediate gratification. And then it's like, with that immediate gratification, it's like, what the hell have I done? What the hell have I said? You know, the what the hell stage. And then that sneaks when that relapse stage comes about. It's dead on the relapse. Okay, basically how to prevent and cope with relapses for your loved ones, or just to look out for with your loved ones, or even for yourself if you are actually going through that addiction stage, is basically you can only support the individual or yourself as they are trying to kick back their habit. There's a list of things we can encourage and support that person as an attempt for them to stop or cut down their habit. It won't happen automatically for the addiction. It's a timely process, obviously, with this addiction or habit that they're trying to break through from. You know, so as I said, you got to remember there's bound to be times that they want to give up, and then sometimes when they're really down and out, you never know. As I said, the consequences might follow of their negative thoughts leading down to the path of depression, and once the depression kicks in, or anxiety, or some other mixed feeling that they're filling up there in their subconscious thoughts, that basically it might lead to them to suicide, you know, of something like, be it self-harming themselves, or be it that they want to just kill themselves in a way of either the gun or hanging on the neck of the noose of the rope. Anyway, how to prevent it is, number one, prepare and discuss the potential relapse, which I mean here is think about the behaviour that they're addressing to you or showing towards you and others around you. Okay, and that is what choices, situations or factors makes this person vulnerable. Number two, what are their triggers or causes for this relapse and addiction phase? 3, explore their thoughts, emotions and or sensations that may increase the risk of their relapse, and use specific examples to them so they can clearly understand what is going on and how they can go about, as I said, changing. Number 2, plan changes. For example, coping strategies maybe for them, or values and morals that they have instilled when they were little, and maybe they still have them to this day. Okay, for what I mean in this is, what are ways they can cope with their high risk and trigger situations, as well as basically how they're going to go about it in a natural realm. You know, what values do they want to live by, and how can they do this in a way that is going to create a positive effect on them and you as well. Number 3, act on the decisions that they make, which I'm saying here is find alternatives to meet the functions of that form of addiction, and then check in. Check in meaning if you can't be there every day for that person, it's okay. You know, hopefully someone else will take over your place and look after that individual while they're in this relapse stage. And just check in now and again, like anything with these disorders, be it depression and that. Be their support network, be there, you know, as much as you can. Check in maybe once or twice a week if you have to, if you've got other things going on in your life, sort of thing. But never neglect them, you know. Sometimes many people think it's hard work, be it in a relationship, as I said before, or just be it with somebody that you love that is in this addiction phase or relapse phase, to the point that you just have to dump them or just leave them completely. So basically this ends the topic of a relapse, which I'm hoping this is almost the end of my series of addiction. So thanks for watching, guys. Give me the thumbs up for support, and also just thumbs up for liking this video and more. You know, feel free to view other videos that I'm hoping that to support and encourage. If you want any topics that you feel that I should be sharing, that you think is of relevance to the channel that I'm addressing right now as an awareness, understanding, and also, you know, just encouragement and support, let me know by commenting either below or private message me on my AspieAnswersAll page, sort of thing, because I would love to hear from you all, you know, how I'm going with this, you know, or even just, you know, put a little comment somewhere on some of the videos, basically, on how you think I'm going, or even just, I don't know, private message me on my original Facebook, my actual page if need be, which maybe I should at least start putting that in my video contact list if you want it. But like I said so many times before, do not discourage me, or do not discourage others that may be viewing my AspieAnswersAll page, because that page was specifically designed for people that may not have a YouTube channel and they just want another outlet to look at these videos that I'm sharing with you all, sort of thing, because we're here to build people up, not tear people down. I want to, like I said, create a ripple effect. Positivity is key. Hopefully positivity is key to success, and motivation is key to actually move on forward, or whatever the case may be. And motivation is also determination or will power for us to make that choice or decision if we need to look at ourselves to change and whatnot, instead of blubbering on. Thanks for watching again, guys, and I'll see you all soon.